Disney Experience, the magic service guide of Mickey's Kingdom. When we think of Disney, we often picture their animated films and theme parks. In fact, Disney could be considered the world's best company at creating happiness. Whether through their movies or theme parks, they leave lasting impressions on people. What's even more remarkable is that Disney's entire success is built upon fictional characters, yet they've managed to construct an experience that feels both magical and real, a feat that could be considered nothing short of miraculous. At Disney parks, whether it's the performers or even the janitors, everyone makes visitors feel like they are in the presence of happiness magicians. Even Steve Jobs, during his lifetime, made multiple visits to Disney to learn from them. What was he studying? He was learning how to design excellent user experiences. In terms of providing the highest quality service to users, Disney stands as the ultimate benchmark on this planet. This ability to deliver top-tier service isn't just limited to the service or entertainment industry. It's something every industry should aspire to achieve. So, if we could discover the patterns and secrets behind how Disney creates such spectacular experiences for their users, couldn't we better apply these principles to our own companies and teams to create value for our customers? This is the secret we'll explore today through the book, The Disney Experience. The author, Theodore Kinney, wrote this book largely because of his connection to the Disney Institute, Disney's official training organization. The Disney Institute takes Disney's 90-plus years of operational experience and transforms it into courses, training over 1 million professionals from more than 35 countries and 40 industries. Since Disney's user experience standards are world-class, these training sessions share first-hand experience that supports this exceptional service, spreading these quality service principles to others. Theodore Kinney, the book's author, has been researching Disney since 2000 with support from the Disney Institute, giving him access to extensive primary sources. During this time, he has written over 20 business books, including several about Disney, many of which have won book awards. Today, let's follow this professional author to explore the secrets behind Disney's quality service. But first, we must ask, what exactly is quality service? For example, if we consider a cashier at a counter, what constitutes quality service? Is it simply counting money accurately and saying, "Thank you, please come again," with a smile? While that might be good service elsewhere, at Disney, that's not enough. What are Disney's high standards like? For instance, if you're shopping late at night, the cashier will specifically inquire about where you're staying and who you are, then recommend free ferry services to your hotel and provide you with a map to the dock. If you're lost, they'll guide you personally, even putting aside their current work to escort you to your destination. This kind of service that exceeds expectations is key to quality service. Most companies' understanding of quality service stops at customer satisfaction, but Disney realized early on that true quality service means exceeding user expectations by paying attention to every detail of products and services. In this aspect, Disney has been ahead of many companies. Disney calls this effect of providing service beyond user expectations magic. The magic lies in this. When guests expect a 10, they receive a 100. The huge gap between 10 and 100 creates the surprise and delight. However, simply being ahead and understanding how to serve customers well is useless if it can't be implemented in specific work situations. For Disney, as a global enterprise with multiple branches and tens of thousands of employees, ensuring that all employees can put this understanding into practice is an even more challenging task. How does Disney achieve this? The author tells us that Disney has a core methodology for creating user experiences called the Quality Service Compass. This compass shows how to provide high-level service and consists of 4 steps. First, study human needs and behaviors, also known as Guestology. Second, establish standards or principles that support common goals. Third, find ways to implement. Fourth, integrate. These 4 steps might not mean much right now. However, the first 3 steps of the entire system are the most crucial, interconnected, and build upon each other with inherent logic. Understanding these first 3 core steps reveals the key to Disney's service excellence secret. What are these 3 critical steps, and how can we apply them to our work and life? That's what we'll explore today. First, researching users is the initial step in providing exceptional service. Second, establishing standards and principles after understanding users. Third, putting standards and principles into action. Let's examine each step in detail. Let's start with the first point. Researching users is the foundation of exceptional service. If you're a restaurant owner wanting your staff to provide outstanding customer service, what would you do? Most people might think about training employees on customer interaction, teaching them how to smile, and establishing standard protocols. While important, Disney doesn't consider these the primary step. Disney believes that to provide superior service that exceeds user expectations, the first step isn't training staff but studying users. For instance, if you're a restaurant owner, you should first observe your diners and understand their real needs. This seems simple, but is often overlooked. Many of us assume we already understand our users, or think they're all similar, or believe consulting industry experts is sufficient. If you think this way, you're far from Disney's understanding of excellent service. Disney places enormous emphasis on user needs and experiences, so much so that they invented a new term called Guestology, the study of understanding guests. This extreme focus on user needs has been key to their service excellence. This approach stems from Disney's early business experience. In 1928, Walt Disney created the first version of Mickey Mouse with beautiful musical accompaniment. However, when he approached film distributors and industry professionals, none wanted to put Mickey Mouse on the big screen. They didn't see its potential. Imagine if Walt Disney had listened to these experts. Children today wouldn't enjoy Mickey Mouse's entertainment. Fortunately, he met Harry Reichenbach, a New York theater operator and marketing genius. Reichenbach advised him, "Don't listen to these film distributors or expert opinions. They're not always right. What really matters is how the audience reacts." He offered, "Let's screen it in my theater and see what happens." Walt showed Mickey Mouse in Reichenbach's theater for 2 weeks, and it was a huge hit with audiences. Suddenly, the same experts and distributors who had rejected Mickey Mouse were rushing to sign contracts. This experience profoundly impacted Walt Disney. He realized that what truly determines a product's quality isn't the seemingly authoritative professionals, but the audience. In any industry, those truly qualified to evaluate service are our end users. Therefore, the first step in establishing a quality service compass is to thoroughly study what users want. Their needs and behaviors are key. Of course, studying user needs seems like a commonplace concept today. However, there's a vast gulf between understanding this principle and actually implementing it. That's why Disney calls their user research process Guestology, treating customer needs as an academic discipline. How does Disney study their guests? While there might be many methods, the most fundamental ones are observation, inquiry, and first-hand experience. Though these methods may sound simple, their execution is quite sophisticated. Let's start with observation, perhaps the most common way to understand user needs. Imagine you're a Disney employee tasked with observing guests to understand their needs. What would you do? Would you just stand at the entrance watching where people go? Or track when they visit certain locations? For Disney, true observation isn't just about watching what users do. It's about abstracting patterns from their behavior. For instance, Walt Disney built his apartment above the park entrance early on. Why? So he could observe guest behavior firsthand as soon as the park opened each morning. Disney staff compile and analyze vast amounts of data. When guests tend to ride Pirates of the Caribbean, hourly resort transportation usage patterns, occupancy rates across different resorts, and similar behavioral patterns. This helps them improve product design. Similarly, using inquiry to understand user needs requires careful consideration. If you ask customers what they want, they might give quick answers, but these can be deceptive. What users can articulate often doesn't equal their true inner desires, as customers sometimes don't know what they really want. A truth every business person must understand. For Disney World guests, they're not just seeking a simple vacation. They want a joyful experience they can warmly remember later. It's like BMW customers. They're not just buying 4 wheels and a chassis. They're buying the status and identity that comes with a high-performance vehicle. Only by truly understanding what users are buying can we know what we're providing and how to create experiences that exceed expectations. Our job is to dig deeper beyond surface level needs to uncover underlying desires. Finally, first-hand experience is crucial in understanding users. If you're a restaurant server who's never queued as a customer or sat waiting for table service, you can't truly understand the customer experience or how to improve it. Most people running their businesses focus on their responsibilities and what they can see, forgetting about users' direct experiences. While it's common in the service industry to have staff eat separately from customers, Walt Disney disagreed. Once, upon finding employees eating at restaurants outside the park, he angrily exclaimed, "For God's sake, please eat with your customers. Don't go outside, dine in the park like guests do. Listen to what they're saying, understand what they're thinking." Think about it. If you were managing the park and saw employees eating outside, would you realize this issue and make such a request? Many people don't truly understand what guest experience is. Real guest experience requires you to become a user and experience your own products firsthand. Only through effective personal experience can you truly understand and gain insight into users' needs, enabling you to provide high-quality service. This is the first key to Disney's ability to provide excellent magical service. Great service doesn't come from employee training, but from understanding users' needs. This is the foundation for sustaining all high-quality services. Once we understand users' needs, can we proceed to train employees to provide such excellent service? Many people would think this is logical. Now that we understand the needs, shouldn't we just provide the product? However, through years of experience, Disney discovered that understanding users' needs alone isn't enough to provide excellent service. There's a huge gap that needs to be filled. What is it? It turns out that users are completely different from one another, and their needs vary greatly, sometimes even conflicting with each other. So, with such diverse and potentially conflicting user needs, how do we provide products and services? Should we make our products faster or more cost-effective? There are various factors to consider and balance. Especially for a large company like Disney, with numerous global divisions and thousands of employees, how can they coordinate these different people and institutions to provide efficient and comprehensive service levels? Disney discovered that after understanding user needs, they needed to add a crucial step: establishing common goals and principles. For Disney, having a common goal and focal point for their 150,000 cast members worldwide is crucial because this goal gives everyone a mission. It tells them that regardless of their position, they're all creating happiness for guests. This is universal. However, under this common expectation, there are many specific practical issues to resolve. When these issues conflict, there must be principles to guide priority decisions. For example, consider an extremely fun attraction that has a 1 in 10,000 potential safety risk. Should they build it or not? Building it could bring billions of dollars in annual revenue to the park, while not building it means losing that income. If you ask many young guests, they might say more thrills and excitement are key, so they'd approve it. But if you truly understand users' needs, you'll find that deep down, safety is also a crucial requirement. A 1 in 10,000 accident rate might sound low, but with Disney's annual visitor count in the millions, this rate becomes frightening. Prioritizing safety over a potentially more thrilling, profitable attraction becomes a fundamental principle. In fact, Disney has designed 4 priority levels for their global service delivery: safety first, courtesy second, show third, and efficiency fourth. This means safety always takes precedence over courtesy, show, and efficiency. Only with such standards can both 5-year veterans and new employees know what takes priority when conflicts arise. Safety comes first, service is ensured under safe conditions, and efficiency might be the last consideration. We know that Disney consistently exceeds local safety standards in their park construction, hotel design, and service delivery worldwide because they maintain safety as their top priority. Therefore, even across the globe, employees from different cultures, countries, and languages can provide standardized service because they share common principles. For our teams, we need to understand what takes priority when conflicts arise while serving users. This strategy is similar to what we discussed in growth hacker marketing. As mentioned in that episode, when facing conflicts during product operations, we should prioritize the most critical services to improve user satisfaction. Once we understand user needs and establish goals and principles among different requirements, we can provide better service. How do we transform these principles and standards into actual user experiences? This brings us to our third section today. Delivering consistently high-quality user experiences requires 3 key elements: people, scenarios, and processes. Let's start with people. Most user experiences and services involve direct human interaction, making employee performance crucial. While providing standard management manuals and service procedures is important, Disney believes there's an even more fundamental element: establishing shared values. More important than specific action guidelines is ensuring employees fully understand and embrace the company's values. At Disney, the corporate culture focuses on creating happiness that exceeds guest expectations. How do you help employees understand this culture? The best approach is to lead by example. Whatever experience you want customers to have, employees should experience it too. Consider new employee orientation. Most companies spend the first day introducing company history, regulations, projects, and colleagues. But at Disney, if you're a cast member, your first day is entirely different. When you open the door to enter, the handle makes sounds like those from Alice in Wonderland. Isn't that delightful? Then you crawl through a rabbit hole filled with curious objects, leading to a circular hall corridor decorated with Disney elements. The walls feature carved Disney characters, the ceiling displays scenes from Disney animations, the waiting room resembles Cinderella's castle, and unique chairs fill the space. The entire waiting process for interviews and orientation becomes an adventure full of wonder and surprises. Imagine walking through this magical building, specifically designed for new employees and job candidates with significant investment. Doesn't it help you better understand Disney's commitment to exceeding guest expectations? If you're moved and inspired by this experience, wouldn't you better understand your role and value? If you want your employees to provide better customer service, examine whether you're applying the same standards to create exceptional experiences for your employees. Empathy is key. To get employees to deliver outstanding service, try giving them outstanding experiences first. This is often overlooked by many companies focusing on customer service. Beyond helping employees genuinely understand and embrace company values, the second crucial element is scenario design. High-quality service stems from well-designed scenarios, as humans are products of their environment. No matter how well-trained the staff may be, if visitors or customers are in a poor environment, they won't have a good experience. Conversely, if we can craft every customer touchpoint with meticulous attention to detail and exceed their expectations, customers are likely to give higher ratings. At Disney, they place extreme importance on experiential design. First, they believe that the environment is not just about information, but also about guidance. For example, in Disney's resort areas, the main setting is called the outdoor sanctuary. This concept dates back to Walt Disney's earliest days when he created boundaries around their theme parks. Outside these boundaries lie highways, buildings, and the ordinary world, while inside exists Disney's truly magical realm. This stark contrast created by using small hills to separate these two worlds became known as the outdoor sanctuary. Therefore, Disney aims to create an environment where guests, upon entering, immediately sense they're in a distinctly different space with superior standards and experiences, maximizing the impact of their environmental experience. Within this outdoor sanctuary, numerous details support the theme. For instance, in Disney's Wilderness Resort area, winding paths are lined with tall pine trees adorned with vintage lanterns and bear crossing signs. When you exit the lodge, you're greeted by views of undeveloped lakes, immediately reminiscent of U.S. national parks. Conversely, if you were to spot a garbage bag or withered plants along the way, it might make the company appear cheap. These seemingly minor but crucial details determine how customers evaluate your products and services. These details should appear not just in primary customer touchpoints, but in all scenarios. When deciding whether to visit Disney, you might search for reviews and promotional photos online, make reservations by phone or internet, or notice Disney merchandise at the airport. All these websites, photos, reservation systems, and gift shops are customer touchpoints that Disney has invested significant resources in perfecting, ensuring that customers experience unexpected delight at every interaction. In environmental design, beyond these 2 points, there's another crucial but often overlooked aspect: maintenance and improvement. While we often focus on initial setup and design, we tend to invest less in ongoing operations. Many Chinese tourist attractions invest heavily in construction but neglect operations. At Disney, operations are a crucial investment. Attractions must maintain cleanliness, rooms must be immaculate, and landscaping must be properly maintained and irrigated. Without substantial investment in funds, effort, and personnel, visitors entering a rusty, damaged environment won't have a positive experience. With staff and environment in place, is the user experience complete? For small, short-term projects, good staff and environment might suffice for excellent service. However, for large-scale, long-term operational projects, these alone aren't enough. There's another essential element: processes. Why are processes so crucial for user service experience? Because processes are the strategies, tasks, and procedures for service delivery. They enable efficient handling of various service issues and interdepartmental coordination, ensuring consistent high-quality service. For instance, if you're a Disney employee and a guest asks, "When does the 3 o'clock parade start?" How would you respond? Would you simply say, "It starts at 3? Or, "It's 2:55 now, starting in 5 minutes? Different staff might give different answers, but to ensure consistently high-standard service across all cast members facing similar questions, Disney has developed a comprehensive set of response standards. For example, when addressing customer inquiries about parades, Disney's guidance is: inform them about the parade's arrival time at specific locations, recommend the best viewing spots, and explain the parade route. This structured approach ensures employees provide accurate information at the right time in the right way. Today, Disney relies on such processes and services to handle 3/4 of their operations. For instance, Disney cast members receive a bi-weekly newsletter they developed, featuring information about new attractions, projects, and activities. Business updates are printed on pocket-sized cards, enabling cast members to access the latest information about new attractions and provide accurate, timely information while serving guests. You might wonder how Disney, with its massive scale and numerous processes, designs these experience service standards. Is there a dedicated team spending extensive time researching and creating standards for everyone to follow? While many companies do use this approach, and Disney does have similar steps, the key isn't in setting the standards but in the process of continuous improvement. For example, Disney's animation process has evolved significantly. In the past, designers and artists would work together to create complete character designs before passing them to others for animation. Now, the process is more collaborative, based on script development and team effort, making it dramatically different from the traditional approach. Every Disney employee understands that processes are creative experiments, not rigid or fixed standards. Instead, they're iterative procedures that evolve with internal changes. As the Disney team says, "We can't design a perfect process, but through continuous research into user needs, we can identify critical issues and use them as guidelines to optimize our processes, constantly improving our service quality." This commitment to continuous improvement enables Disney's entire team to maintain consistently high service levels in their long-term operations. To create exceptional customer service experiences, follow these 3 steps. First, prioritize customer understanding. Only by truly comprehending user needs can you deliver high-quality service. This requires skilled observation, inquiry, and first-hand experience to understand users. Second, after understanding user needs, you'll likely discover conflicts between different requirements. You can't satisfy them all. At this point, you need common goals and principles to help prioritize what needs to be done first. Third, implement your customer insights and principles into concrete experiences through 3 aspects: employees, environment, and processes. Ensure your employees genuinely embrace company values and service standards. How you treat your employees reflects how they'll treat your customers. Design unique experiences through environmental elements, and maintain high-quality service through standardized processes.